Dodge Omni GLH Turbo. I've had this car since 2019. There's a couple issues with it. I was running the smaller Mitsubishi Turbo, but I have a rebuilt factory turbo that is supposed to be for this car that I will be putting back on. I'm going to be fixing some issues with this car and properly turbocharging it with the right size turbo and a couple other things. So the first thing we're going to do is pop the hood off so we can easily access the head, because these cars you have to take the head off to access the turbo. it's time to jack up the car, drain the fluids, disconnect the oil feed line, oil return line, coolant feed line, coolant return line. Then I can come back to the top of the car, finish taking out the head bolts, take the head off, inspect the internal top end of the head and the engine, then get everything ready for reassembly. But that's it for tonight. I will pick it back up tomorrow. It's the next day. I've already drained the oil and coolant. Cleaning up yesterday, I did some inspecting. There's some damage done to the cam. There's a little bit of scarring. I'll pull the camera in and show you. There's some pitting on the lobes of the cams. I'm not sure how this damage could have happened to the cam, but we're going to be pulling the head off. Everything's already disconnected. Just have to take the cam bolts out and take the head bolts off. Whenever you take cams out, always make sure you put these caps back in order. Luckily, mine are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And when you undo the cam bolts, you always want to go from the middle, work out. You don't want to undo one side too fast because you run the risk of bending your cam. But these are already loosened and the tension's already off the cam. When you store your cam, always set it straight up. You don't want to lay it down because you run the risk of warping your cam. Take the cam off, you're checking the seats and the caps to see if there's any grooves in them. This last cap and seat has grooves in it, so this head is going to need some head work done to it. These are the caps, 1 through 5. If you noticed on the block, the middle one, 3, was fine. But if you look at the cap, there is scoring and a little bit of burnt material on it. This one has light scoring done to it. And of course 5 has some deep grooves in it. Next we will inspect the cam. This is the cam. Where cap 5 would be, there is some deep grooving inside. If you look here, here's the grooving, your fingernail can catch it. There is some scarring done to where cap 3 would be. But where all the other caps would sit, look perfectly clean and clear. These are roller lifters. Pulling them out, first thing I noticed was cylinder 3. There is deep pitting within the roller. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus. Roller looks fine, and there's the deep pitting. But all the other roller bearings look fine. Cylinder 3 has had a major issue happen. These are the actual lifters. I'm not going to take them out till I fully have the head out so I can put them back in their right spots. Everything you take out of the head should always go back to the exact same spot where it was for consistent wearing. So now we are going to take the head off. The intake and the exhaust manifold will come off with it. It's easier to take that stuff off when you have the head out. You're going to take off the head. Same as the caps, in to out. I'm recording from my iPhone. I have the head off. There is some damage to the block and to the head. I'm going to be figuring out my next move. What I'm going to be doing. I'm going to go ahead and post this video. I will post the short when the next video will be.